I'm Aurélie KR Charles, French avant-garde artist and professor in major schools of art and design. I'm represented by the Galerie Jumelle in Paris and New York. Most of the year I spend it between Paris and Marseille, and the rest of the time I travel for my exhibitions. I've exhibited in galleries and museums in Italy, Spain, in New York, in Tokyo, in Seoul, and my latest exhibition was in London. My goal is to travel the world with my paintings, to exhibit, to collaborate with artists, musicians, and gallery owners, and to find new pigments. I studied in Paris in major design schools and at the École du Louvre. I'm a mix of classical arts, design, and art history. It's all part of my life and in my job. I come from a very rich family of stories, but with beautiful French, Greek, and Italian noble descents. The impact of this on my way of seeing the world and creating art is a strong attachment to modern art and history, but also the contemporary art and design, because in my family there are important industrial designers, sculptors, painters, and explorers. I grew up with an artist and decorator mother, and family made references in design. I was influenced by the landscapes of my mother's and lots of colors and our love for the Baroque too, the Marines and the royal stuffs, but also by the straight lines of architecture, perspective and industrial design, and above all by all the travels that I did with my parents. My father, an international trader, traveled a lot, and I, a child in fragile health, missed school in France regularly to travel with my parents. I lived in Africa, in Paris, Copenhagen, and in Brussels. I grew up in fabulous and luxurious places. I drew in many museums and palaces, but also been cradled by Mediterranean tradition and a more complicated part of my life too. My biggest influences are Flemish painters and decorators, Afrofuturists, American mass culture, Ingres, Courbet, Klein for the blue, Carpeaux, Degas for the movement, Polish graphics, and the Bauhaus. At the moment, I'm focused on French and Japanese inks and watercolors. I do studies of bodies inspired by Ingres and Courbet on Japanese paper, and avant-garde canvases inspired by the theory of the shapes and color of the Bauhaus. I'm also preparing my new exhibitions, including my next in New York, and I would love to have the opportunity to exhibit in Berlin or Copenhagen. The next exhibition could be in Berlin. I hope so. I think the biggest challenge of being an artist is to be happy and constant in our creativity. And my advice to my younger self would be to travel more and probably work harder. And most of them don't fall in love. No, it's a joke. Love is the essence of art and of life. I create my own old paintings. I do tempera. I am experimenting with new binders, and I am trying to reproduce the tinting strength of blue pigment on canvases with precision. I work too a lot on the relationship between musical rhythm and the movement of the brushes on the canvas. I see images instantly when I hear the music, and it's often the music that inspires me, but I finish my paintings in silence. I collaborate with musicians in New York or from New York and digital musicians of Marseille and Paris. They play music or they create music, and I do painting. But right now I'm listening to classical music to draw the bodies inspired by Ingres and Courbet. The classical music allows me to concentrate on the curves and the depth of the use of these masters of art. When I want movement and letting go, I choose more contemporary sounds, but when I want to focus on an artistic technique, I think of classical piano or silence. And at the question of the best reaction, my answer is the best reaction anyone has had to my work was crying. It happened once, and it was my mother. And it was incredible. I would like people to remember my works, just like that, just my works. No, I would like people to remember my works of art movement, vibrant or vibrant color and passion. Yeah. I would like people to remember me and my blues and my reds and my yellows, all my colors, all my big paintings and my small paintings too, my drones too. It would be amazing. It could be amazing to have people to remember me when I'll be old. And it will be incredible if my art were recognized during my lifetime.